What's the difference between working for money and having money work for you? Welcome to Listen and Grow Books. In today's audiobook summary, we explore Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, one of the most influential financial books ever written. This summary brings together the contrasting lessons from Kiyosaki's two father figures: his biological father, Poor Dad, who followed conventional wisdom, and the father of his best friend, Rich Dad, who thought outside the system. Together, their teachings reveal how our mindset about money shapes our financial destiny. Each segment ends with a simple yet powerful takeaway you can anchor today. Let's dive in. Segment 1. Two Dads, Two Mindsets. Kiyosaki's life was shaped by two father figures who saw the world through very different lenses. Poor Dad, his biological father, was well-educated and believed in climbing the career ladder. He encouraged Robert to get good grades, find a stable job, and work hard for retirement. Rich Dad, his best friend's father, was a high school dropout and a savvy businessman. He taught Robert that true wealth comes from understanding how money works and how to make it work for you. Poor Dad would say, "I can't afford it." Rich Dad would challenge, "How can I afford it?" The difference lies in mindset. One shuts down options, the other opens possibilities. Example: at just 9 years old, Kiyosaki started working at one of Rich Dad's stores for free. When he asked for a raise, Rich Dad refused, but instead challenged him to look for opportunities to earn rather than demand wages. It was Robert's first lesson in entrepreneurial thinking. Anchor this insight. Mindset is your first asset. What you believe about money shapes your reality. Segment 2. The difference between assets and liabilities. One of the book's core concepts is deceptively simple. The rich acquire assets while everyone else acquires liabilities they think are assets. Assets put money in your pocket: rental properties, dividend stocks, royalties, or businesses. Liabilities take money out: a new car loan, a house with a heavy mortgage, credit card debt. Most people don't grow rich because they're too busy trying to look rich, buying liabilities thinking they're investing. Example: buying a house might seem like a good investment, but if it drains your income with mortgage payments, repairs, and taxes, and doesn't generate income, it's a liability. Quote, "The rich buy assets. The poor and middle class buy liabilities they think are assets." Anchor this insight. Don't just earn, acquire assets. Build cash flow, not just status. Segment 3. Don't work for money. Let money work for you. Poor Dad worked for his paycheck and feared losing it. Rich Dad believed in building systems and acquiring income-generating assets. Most people are stuck in what Kiyosaki calls the rat race, working harder just to pay off debt, taxes, and bills. Rich Dad's advice? Use your income to buy assets. Let those assets generate passive income, then reinvest that income into more assets. Example: Kiyosaki didn't retire rich by working 9 to 5. He did it by buying small real estate deals and reinvesting the profits until his passive income surpassed his expenses. Quote, "The poor work for money. The rich make money work for them." Anchor this insight. You are not your job. You are the system that builds wealth outside it. Segment 4. The power of financial education. School teaches math, science, literature, but rarely money. Rich Dad insisted that financial education was the most important subject never taught in school. Understand how money flows, how taxes affect your income, and how debt can be used strategically. Example: Kiyosaki learned to read financial statements early on, how to spot a profitable investment, or evaluate business cash flow. That skill made him money in every venture. Quote, "In the real world, it's not the smart who get ahead. It's the financially literate." Anchor this insight. Read, learn, ask questions. Financial education is the lifelong course that pays the best return. Segment 5. The rich invent money. Rich Dad taught that opportunities are never given, they're created. That's why the rich invent money. This doesn't mean printing cash. It means spotting opportunities others miss, turning a problem into a product or a property into passive income. Example: as kids, Kiyosaki and his friend opened a small comic book lending library using old, unsold comics. They didn't wait for an allowance, they created their own cash flow. Quote, often in the real world, it's not the smart who get ahead, but the bold. Anchor this insight. Don't wait, create. Wealth flows to the curious and courageous. Segment 6. Mastering emotions around money. Money is emotional. Fear of losing it. Greed for having more. These two emotions, fear and desire, trap most people in financial cycles they can't escape. Rich Dad taught Robert to recognize these emotions but not obey them. Instead, he used logic, knowledge, and discipline to make decisions. Example: during economic downturns, the masses panic, but investors see buying opportunities. The difference? Emotional control. Quote, emotions make you blind. Don't let fear or greed make decisions for you. Anchor this insight. Feel the fear and learn anyway. Emotional control is financial power. Conclusion: be your own rich dad. Rich Dad, Poor Dad isn't about picking sides. It's about adopting awareness and responsibility. You may not have had a financial mentor growing up. That's okay, because you can become your own rich dad. Here's how. Change your mindset around money. Acquire assets that generate passive income. Understand taxes, debt, and cash flow. Keep learning, stay curious, be bold. Final thought. Financial freedom starts the moment you stop working for money and start building systems that work for you. If you enjoyed this audiobook summary, please like, share, and subscribe to Listen and Grow Books. And if you're ready to start shifting your mindset and money story, consider picking up the full version of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki from the link below. Until next time, invest in your mind, build your assets, and take control of your future.